Dear Kenyans, I trust you're well. 2 months ago, I was given a message that we start praying for our next set of leaders. I've seen a message on Bahati circulating, and I know he's supposed to be one of the next leaders of this country, not the presidency or a governor, but I think an MP or something. And he's supposed to inspire the young people. And now I'm getting why God has been pushing us to pray for the next set of elections. Because even the people that I've seen in the spirit that will be the opposition and even those in government are people that have not yet manifested. And we need to pray for one another so that even in the religious sector, in the body of Christ, because we have the new priesthood that is coming up. As I told you, I'm a youth pastor. But all the same, we need to pray for one another that we may be strengthened. Because in this walk of faith, things are not as easy as we imagine. And that's why at times you see great men falling. Even our leaders currently, or even previous leaders, it's not because they have been immoral or something, but it is the system that keeps on corrupting good leaders. So my urge is for us Kenyans to arise and to pray for our next set of leaders, whether in opposition or in government. We need all of them to have the intentions and the desires of Kenyans at heart if this country is to move forward. Remember, if we have an opposition that is pulling the government down, then it might not be able to work as it should, because we need transformation. Remember, Kenya is the one that is going to offer the nations of the world that grace period, and that's why you are hearing a lot of messages on rapture. If Kenya becomes the springboard of revival, then the grace period is secured. If Kenya fails, then because the wickedness that is coming cannot be loaded on the righteous, then the rapture will happen. But we are really pushing so that the rapture does not overtake us, because if it does, even those that are supposed to be in the end time assignment, whether as a pastor, whether as a in the body of Christ or otherwise, if your prayer would have made a difference and you never prayed, remember you have failed God. So it's for us that are big enough to start praying for the agenda of God in this land, because it's only Kenya that has been given that grace, and the period is very short, such that it cannot give time for another group to be formed to be able to stand in the gap. And that's why Kenya is the springboard of revival, and they will eventually become model of nations. So please, if you can pray, just pray for this country. And if you can teach the young people, let's not leave the young people hanging around. And at times as a parent, you don't know what to discuss with your child. Reach out to some of us. As I said, I'm a youth pastor. I'm a mentor and an author of a book for teenagers. I can teach you with your child together, so that you can be able to open up some of the deep conversations that you need to have with your child. I remember yesterday I did another video which I didn't post, but my question was, if your child was to be left behind, in case rapture was to happen, will they be able to have the understanding to be able to cope once they are left? It's time for us to talk. We cannot be quiet, because the nations are waiting. And I'm reminded, I don't know whether it was 2nd Samuel around 2021 there. There's a lady. Okay, it starts with a guy called Sheba, who wanted to pull the hearts of the people against David. And after David went through that was just after his son Absalom tried to overthrow his kingdom. And now after that strain, another one arises. Then he asked his army to pursue and to eliminate the guy. Now, the way that team used to work was such that if they entered a city, they would leave it in a mess. So there's this lady, which I imagine at that time she must have been having maybe the prophetic grace to be able to hear from God and to have that wisdom. She stood at the gates of the city, not gates, wall of the city. And as she saw the troops coming, she spoke to the men and to ask, who are you looking for? And after she was told, we are looking for Sheba, she said, just give us some time, we'll throw the head to you. And they did that. And the city was not ruined and it was not invaded. Now, women, it is time for women to arise in the families. It is time for women to arise in the community. Women cannot shy away at the moment because we need peaceful solutions to some of the things that we are going through. Not that it will be an easy process, but can you start small? Can you start praying in your home? Can you start teaching your children the ways of God? We are taught, we teach them when they are young. Then when they become big, they will not forget it. And for the teenagers, if you are finding yourself not easily having a conversation with your child, that's why we are there as youth mentors. Reach out to us. And I could sell you a book that will be able to help open up a conversation between you and your child, and I can take you through the program. We are giving out the program at 3,000. It's a series of topics, and it comes with the free success guide. So if you're interested, please, the schools are closing, the holidays are here, book a session with me, and you can contact me for more details. Otherwise, start these conversations. Otherwise, start doing something. Pray for someone. Pray for the next set of leaders. Pray for your children. Start with yourself, start with your family, start with your whatever you desire that will be good for. Even if you say just bless Kenya and bless us, at least it is in the direction that we are headed to, so that as God is allowing some leaders in the next election or in the next phase, then we can get people that will be able to help us live a life of peace, or in the midst of the storm, because it's end time. Things are not going to get better, but with the right shielding, we can be able to be a solution to many, and that's why we will be the springboard of revival, offering solutions to nations. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki.